Okay, second part of this best practice. Last time, previous video, we looked at the use of structure tracks, and now we'll continue with the separators and the sketch. The first and foremost rule is always name everything, and in fact this has a double implication, because when we add instruments, and we haven't added any of these yet, they should also have their own slot in the mixer. And when you add something, you say, this is now, for instance, for the kick drum. Although I like to use a different rack for the percussion, and use, for instance, the two first racks for instruments, the third for effect and the last for percussion, or the third for percussion and the last for effect. But let's say that 33 now is the dedicated one for my percussion. Then write it. This is my kick drum. Boom. Now I know that I have dedicated my 33rd slot in the FX mixer for my kick drum. You might even like to, in your actual kick drum, have a reference to 33, so that you also in that part, here we have the beat and bass editor, and we find the kick drums. We have here the drums, and we have a kick here. It doesn't matter which one it is. So that you rename this like that, so that you now know that it is dedicated, or rather allocated, to the to slot 33 in the mixer. Right? Always name everything, and also remember to save now and then. I have to say that the pre-release is very stable, but do remember to save your project. And I would like to suggest that you use a version control way to save your project. So when you save your project, save it to a dedicated folder with the name of the project, and when you then start saving the project, this is, let's say we will call this project Spring Tune, like that. Then I add Spring Tune. Then I add an underscore, and I say this is the first one. And I also would have here a folder called Spring Tune. Can add one here. Spring Tune. Yeah. And open that, and then it will say here Spring Tune, first version out, save it. When I make a major change to this, for instance, say, I really don't like that part I have here with the horns or whatever, I will go to take it away. I'm gonna lose this, and then delete the track. Next time I save the project, because I have made a major change, I go in and say save as. Then I say I have now made a major change to my project, so this is now my Spring Tune version 002. Just as you have seen that has been done with the different version of elements. Use that also in your own project. Save that. So now we are in, can't show you. Now we have, of course, Spring Tune 002 version, and that can be pretty useful later when you suddenly realize that 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 horn section, that was really good. Why did I delete that? Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I have lost it forever. No, you haven't. Because you just go into your project and go back. You roll your project back to an earlier version. And that's the, I won't say power of version control, but it is a tool to avoid you having to redo too much in your project. Okay? Right. When I use the structure in here, let's see, we add an instrument. It doesn't matter which instrument we add. We just take something down here from triple oscillator. We have here one called fat, and I say add it to a new instrument in my is outside the recording window, so I'm just going to push it up here now. Here we have it, and I always do this, that I add the automation track for a specific instrument just below it, and I try to let's see, this is the high filter. High filter. Then I know that because it's directly under my fat saw, or this instrument called fat, I know that it belongs to that instrument. I could of course also say high filter for fat. Then it's even more obvious. But do keep your automation in context of your automated part, this instrument here, right? If for instance, I also want to have here reverb for fat, and here we then now shove our separator one up here, because we want to have our percussions above the separator and our instruments below. I also like sometimes in some projects I actually group the instruments, so I have one group of saws, one group of arpeggios, one group of like pads, and of course each then, if we're going to use that, each then would have their own separator. So let's say we put a pad in here, just write pad here and search it. We have a pad here, we add that into boopski like that, and I'll just drag that up here, go there. It's just about leaving the window. So here we have a new group, so we're just gonna say here clone this track, this, and we've separated. So the group of saws and the group of pads, right? So it's easy to see in your project where you have different type of instruments. You could also choose a new color for your pads, and you could add all this information in your project notes. Yellow is my saws, red is my pad, green are my arpeggiators, and so on. Use the notes, use the structure, use you say that the separators actually give structure in the vertical part of your project, while the structure tracks gives structure in the horizontal parts throughout the melody or the composition, right? Yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna stop it here. I have other things to do. So in the next video, we're gonna look at this sketch track and how to use that to get even a better workflow together with a better structure. Bye for now.